any second now.
They're eating her. And then they're going to eat me. Oh my God! You're tearing me apart, Lisa!
We are all interested in the future, for that is where you and I are going to spend the rest of our lives. And remember, my friends, future events such as these will affect you in the future.
Hi diddly ho, 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 hi diddly ho.
And finally, we have that classic and oh so catchy song back. Welcome to Mystery Movie Night with Matthew. And we have the one and only Matthew back from the hotter than hell, or hotter than hell. Why do they just say then? What's for?
It's Texan. It's hotterin. Gotta say it the right way. Hotterin.
Hotter. Okay. Whatever. You know what's amazing is that you spent literally 8 hours bicycling in the Texan sun nonstop for 100 miles, and yet you still look as pale white as always. I mean, I would expect you to at least look kind of red or something. You are still as pale as always. What's your secret?
Well, you can't see it, but I do have one red spot right on my nose where I got a bit of a sunburn. And it gave a tiny little blister, and so it's still healing right there. But beyond that, it's sunscreen.
Yeah, but dang. I mean, you could survive a nuclear explosion at that point. I mean, that's insane.
Oh, and I also wear a long sleeve jersey because I know if I did a short one, I'd just be crisped.
Wow, that is just crazy. And Thomas, I know it's not really a mystery when I show a picture of the movie in the thumbnail. However, normally, now not in this particular case, normally Matthew does not know the movie we're going to watch ahead of time. But tonight is kind of an exception because I was in shock when I found out that Matthew had not seen tonight's movie. And so, we just had to watch it because we were on the virtual pub this week. We were like, oh, let's talk about the Spider-Man trailer. And we couldn't talk about the Spider-Man trailer because you hadn't seen the last Spider-Man movie.
It's one of those things I meant to get to and then didn't.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help that you can't find a good spot to stream Spider-Man. Because there's legal battles. Who owns it?
Is it not? Well, let's see. I assume it's not on Disney. I haven't even looked. It's not on Disney Plus because I own it, so I didn't even think about that.
It's probably being streamed by
I didn't look
someplace
on,
like HBO.
Yeah, I didn't look on
I
Disney
don't know.
Plus because I have it on Vudu because when I bought the Blu-ray, it came with the digital copy on Vudu. But yeah, I don't even know. Tom says, so Matthew lied today when he said he didn't know what the movie was. Ooh, did you lie?
At the time, I did not know what the movie was. It wasn't until
Did you forget
sent
we
me
talked
the
about
doctored.
it?
We did?
We talked about it at the virtual pub.
I didn't realize you were going to do it like right away. I thought that was more like in general, hey, we should totally watch this at some point. I 100% didn't think that you were going to immediately do it. You give me way too much credit to remember anything by the end of the pub.
Wow. I'm in shock. All right, so, some of us actually, we say what we mean, and I try, even though I know I fail all the time, I try to do what I say, even though I fail. And Alex, I did not watch Evolution happen first. I hate you. All right, so Matthew.
Oh, I thought he was talking about the movie Evolution.
No, they're making jokes about my age. All right, so if you don't mind, Matthew, go ahead and put the link in there so people can go to the screening room. I always ask Matthew to do it because I never have it handy because I'm an idiot. That's my excuse I'm using.
There we go.
I'm like Schultz. That's the link. Okay, there we go. And
No. John DeMarco said that Matthew remembers nothing, and said, "Yeah, I'm like Sergeant Schultz
he
from
says
Hogan's
nothing.
Heroes. I know nothing.
Mouthpiece. I've never even seen Japanese Spider-Man. I don't know if I can handle Japanese Spider-Man. I've seen the clips from it, and it just looks. And I like Spider-Man.
You should see the Japanese Batman movie.
Ugh.
He literally fights a giant mech robot in feudal Japan.
Oh, you're talking about the animation movie?
Yes.
Like the recent one.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, where Joker and Batman both have like giant mechs. Yeah, I've seen it.
And they just keep taking it further. So, Batman's in his mech suit, and all of a sudden it's swarmed by bats, and he looks like classic Batman. And they're like, it's the Bat God.
And Jordan says, I'll watch a little bit. Boss wants me in a 4 instead of 8. Well, I'm sorry, Jordan. You know what? If you can't stick around, I certainly understand. But this is going to be a special one. I will tell you, there's a couple of little treats that Matthew is not in the loop about. And yes, you notice that if you go to the link right now, you will see all the men's butts that we got to see at the beginning of the bike ride. Now, true fact, if you look at that image, so all of you should already be able to see what happened at the beginning of the actual bike ride in glorious 1080p. Now, notice that this is true fact. A lot of people don't realize this. If you'll notice that, okay, right in front of 2209, just to the right of him, there is what appears to be either a misshapen or possibly pregnant woman standing there. And on foot, she beat Matthew. True story.
I can't believe she did it for all 100 miles.
Yeah. Turkish Spider-Man. Alex,
just wouldn't stop.
Yeah, it's Turkish Spider-Man. I don't think that's. I don't think that's the thing. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you guys watch 8 hours of the bike ride. I promise. Well, sort of. All right, so whenever you're ready, go ahead and start, and you will get an idea of what we're going to be watching.
Okay, and just so everyone knows, I am running a little bit late on the slideshow portion. It will be joining us in the next 20 minutes here.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, that is my fault. It's not Matthew's. Because of the incredible complexity of rendering this thing, it was very late getting to Matthew. So I accept the blame for that.
Well, I wasn't going to throw you under the bus. Enough people would have believed it was me anyway. I was just going to run with it. But thank you.
True.
Okay, so I will hit the... We're going?
Yeah, Thomas just thought it was your fault putting the wrong video up. No, he didn't put the wrong video up. It is supposed to look like the actual.
I can totally see me doing that too. Like, darn it, people are gonna see this. I worked hard on this stupid race.
8 hours of bicycling with music. That's what we're watching tonight.
Oh man, it was doubly frustrating because I literally the whole bike ride was like trying to get hand signals about like this is where I'm at, and like I was trying to make sure you could see all the pretty
And
stuff.
what we could see is
and I
your
get to the
thumb.
end. Yeah, I'm like, this is the best laid plans of mice and men. I'm gonna hit this play button, so we have to
We should
stop
just say the
looking at
best
these
laid
butts.
plans of Matt and men.
Here we go.
All right. It's me.
Now, I didn't show it, but they did do a really cool flyover from some jets, and they fired a cannon to signal the start of everything. And the guy in the yellow was the guy I stayed with in a room. He's my brother's father-in-law, because I know this is like exactly what you want to know. Oh.
So it's
you
playing
bum.
at about 2.5 times speed. So we will see the entire run as we're watching the movie.
Oh wow, you're too kind.
Yeah. Mouthpiece, no, he did not run over any old ladies, but several old ladies ran him down.
Just repeatedly passing me. Hold on a second.
It was
My
embarrassing.
mom's giving me a call here.
You need to pause it real quick, because I don't want you to miss this. And yes, Thomas, he stayed in a shady hotel with a man. That is true. Now, he's totally missing all my work here. He doesn't even care. He's just completely ignoring it. Seriously, Matt, just pause the movie. All right.
I've been listening to the whole thing. I've been hearing your great narration. Don't worry.
So
But
what?
no, my mom was calling, and tomorrow's my dad's birthday. Who obviously he's dead now, but I was trying to make sure she wasn't going to be alone all day or something.
Gotcha.
And it turned out that she has a much busier social life than I do. I don't even know why I was worried.
And you're still not paying attention.
I am. I did not know Khan appeared in the TAS.
I'm not. This is not TAS.
Wasn't the intro not TAS?
No. See, that's the sad thing. You don't even know what's changed here.
I don't know what you're mixing this in with. I'm missing the
He
secondary
doesn't
reference.
get it. He seriously doesn't get it.
I was literally telling John this week that it has been about a decade since I've watched any of the original Trek movies. Okay, I get that image. I at least recognize the Genesis device.
I give up. You know,
The Bennett cut.
I seriously, wow.
So what was it intermixed with?
Star Trek 2 and Star Trek 3, because someone quoted Star Trek 3 to you and you thought it was Star Trek 2. So I actually took the character that someone quoted from Star Trek 3 and put it in the Star Trek 2 trailer, and you never saw it.
Well, I didn't recognize the guy. It's been well over a decade since I've watched any of the TOS ones.
TAS now, yeah. Do you at least remember Invincible?
Yes, I at least remember Invincible. I had forgotten how much of a beatdown he got, though, in that last episode.
Mm-hmm. Wow. You are so fired, Matthew.
I mean, let's be honest, a lot of the, or not a lot, several of the TOS original movies were middling affairs.
Several?
The motion picture is a slog to get through.
The motion picture is actually the most well shot of all the films. It does have pacing issues. I will grant you that. But it's beautiful to look at.
Now, Jeff has told me the director's cut, or the director's edition, fixes a lot of the pacing.
It does.
But I gotta get a copy of that so I can watch the director's edition. Star Trek 3, I felt, wasn't exactly the strongest.
See,
I felt like it was a middle movie.
I think Star Trek 3 gets a lot of unfair negativity. I actually really like Star Trek 3. I think Krug is a great Klingon, played by Christopher Lloyd.
The spice must flow.
Oh, and thank you.
Ray
Ray
stands
Stans
$1.
donates $1.
Everything was fine with our system until the power grid was shut off by Dickless here.
It says, everything was doing fine with our system until the power was shut off by Dickless here. Quote from Ghostbusters, which you probably don't remember Ghostbusters. You've probably never seen it.
No, I enjoy Ghostbusters a lot. Mm-hmm. I thought that second one wasn't as bad as a lot of people make it out to be.
Oh, sure. You didn't like Star Trek 3, but Ghostbusters 2 was awesome.
I wouldn't go so far as say awesome. I don't think it was as bad as people made it out to be.
Okay.
This guy's being incredibly mouthy to someone who has a scalpel over him.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't talk back to someone who's literally gonna kill you. Yeah, you see the other body.
Dang. Dang. This show does not mess around, cutting his vocal cords out.
Didn't
But at the
Krug have
same
a time
time-
machine? Yep. His bird of prey travel faster than 88 miles per hour.
You would think, with after Deadpool, people would know better than to make invincible people without vocal cords.
True, but, you know, this isn't that kind of a story.
The spice must flow.
John $2. Several Tears films aren't good. You're fired, Matthew.
So, John donates $2 and says, several TOS movies are subpar. You are fired. I agree, John. I'm sorry. I mean, you know, I need to know what is par in order to figure out what is subpar to this guy.
This movie is definitely above par, or this show is above par.
Mm-hmm.
What would I call as par? That's a great question.
Well, answer the movie.
The perfectly average movie.
Yeah, the movie tonight is Spider-Man: Far From Home.
I'll have to think about that one. What would people describe as the perfectly par movie?
Well, you got to go with Star Trek here because, you know, you were talking specifically about Star Trek. So what is a par Star Trek movie? Yes, John.
Let's
Matthew
see.
would rather watch people turn into salamanders. You're absolutely right.
What did just happen?
Matthew should take Wednesday off and you two do a TOS movie marathon.
Bill
Oh, that's
Preston,
a good idea.
$1. Ted, you and I have witnessed many things, but nothing as bodacious as what just happened.
Let's see.
Besides,
Okay, so
we told ourselves to listen to this guy.
I like Star Trek 4 a lot, but I like it so much because it was one I grew up with as a child, so it gets nostalgia points.
I didn't ask what you like. I said, what is par?
Yeah, I'm trying to process through it. Oh, Mark is the one who had a hole in his gut. Let's see.
I disagree with
I
you.
might call
answer.
5 the par.
Really? You're going to say 5 is par and that several movies are worse than Star Trek 5?
Yeah.
Are you,
5 is at least
are you
interesting.
Insane?
A little.
Babe, we need to pack up the car. I'm driving to Texas tomorrow to beat the crap out of this guy.
Look, 6 is
don't
great.
Stop. No, we're going to beat the crap out of him.
6 is great.
Get my cane.
1 is subpar.
Get my cane, get my walker. We're going to beat the crap out of him. I don't care what it takes.
I mean, think about it. Like, legit think about it. Like we said, 1 has pacing issues.
And look,
So it's
Lancer,
subpar.
I'm not saying you can't enjoy Star Trek 5, okay? Don't get me wrong. There are moments of Star Trek 5 that you can absolutely get some fun out of. What I'm saying is that if you say that Star Trek 5 is the line, that is the goalpost right there is Star Trek 5. And he's saying that Star Trek 3 and Star Trek the Motion Picture are below that line. What about Star Trek 6?
Great movie.
So,
Above par.
okay. Star Trek 4? I mean, I know you like Star Trek 4 personally, but is it above or below?
Okay, now if I were to think about it objectively, and not with rose-colored glasses, four might have to go below 5.
Wow. Okay. So you heard it.
Because 4 is it's an oddball one. It's campy.
Oh,
I
4 is
like the
campy, but
campiness.
5 isn't?
The campiest thing about 5 is that fan dance.
Really? Okay, 5 is going on the watch list because we're just going to rip that one to shreds. And I'm going to ask for a couple of volunteers to come on that night, and so that we can point out to Matthew all the various things that are subpar about Star Trek 5.
What would you describe as the par for the original movies?
Honestly, 4.
Okay, I'd call that fair.
I would say 4.
I mean, how dare you disagree with me? So if 4 is your par, what are the movies that are above that line?
Above it would be
Yeah.
two. Let's see. I would say 2, 3, 6 definitely above it. 1 right on par with it, and 5 below it.
Okay. See, I would say with 5 as my par, I would put 4 and 1 below it. Even though I really, really like 4. I have to be objective here. 4 is below it.
Oh, I didn't catch
And
you stopped
think
at
I
a
would keep-
train. I didn't even notice that you stopped at a train when the first time I rendered this.
Oh yeah, it was the most annoying stop. But it was only like 3 minutes. It just felt like a lot longer. So I would say there were 3 below pars. 4, 1, and 3. And then 2 and 6 above par.
Okay.
And that's just for the original series. If we start including things beyond that, ooh, that's a hard one.
No, that's not hard for me. All the next gen films are below par to me.
First Contact, certainly, it was fun to see the Borg like that, but it didn't fit Picard. You know, Jean-Luc action hero.
Well, all the next gen movies except for actually even Generations. Generations was the transition film for Jean-Luc action hero, because Jean-Luc basically wasn't an action hero because he had to call up old man Shatner to beat up old man Soren, which was really exciting to watch 2 70-year-olds duke it out on a mountaintop. You know, that's got to be one of the most exciting action scenes ever, was to watch 2 70-year-olds duke it out.
Well, how old was the other guy? I can't think of the actor's name.
Malcolm McDowell?
Yes.
I don't know. That's what I say.
He's-
that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about William Shatner and Malcolm McDowell. Because
okay.
Because the 60-year-old Patrick Stewart couldn't handle it, so he had to call a 70-year-old to do it. He had to call his older brother to do it for him.
Because I was thinking it's basically like, like 3 octogenarians just about.
Yeah. Oh yeah, once again he's got to tell you he's gay.
Here we go.
What?
I finally got caught up with Clip.
With oh, okay. Matthew needs a rocket bike, I think. Yeah, notice, that now there's no visual trickery here. Matthew is just getting passed by everyone.
I literally was in the bottom 20%. And I thought for sure, like, okay, I'll be in the top, like, I'm not going to be in the top half. I thought I'd be between 50 to 60, maybe 65 at worst. And then I get done, and it's like, you scored, like, 81%. I'm like, that's the worst.
Yeah, I was thinking.
So clearly, I need to spend the next year just, like, grinding the trails and getting faster.
I was thinking it'd be kind of fun to make a video where we just count how many times you get passed by other bikes.
It would be a lot.
Mm-hmm. She does have the coolest powers.
John saying I would finish better if I watched TOS films more.
The spice must flow.
Spock,
You know,
$1.
they're painting the
You are my
dad like he's...
superior officer. You are also my friend. I have been and always shall be yours.
So thank you. Spock donates $1. Said, "You are my superior officer. You are also my friend. I have been and always shall be yours." Which, of course, Matthew recognizes as a quote from...
Wrath of Khan.
Okay. Subpar, par, or above par?
Above par, easily.
Just making sure.
Oh, white dad's the worst.
What are you, the fan
You know,
of
they're
Menace
trying
now?
to paint him... They're trying to paint him like he's off his rocker here, but he makes a persuasive argument.
What, that being a superhero is dangerous?
Yeah, and he doesn't want his daughter to die.
Yeah, but her daughter also has ridiculously powerful powers.
It's true.
I mean, think about it. Her powers are up there with, like, Green Lantern level. So,
Maybe even farther?
right. So she is, she is probably of the young superheroes, she's probably the only one that's more powerful than her is Invincible himself. And even that's close. And yes, John, I know Matthew's going to get excited about Nimoy, so try not to talk about him.
Ooh.
Wow, dude, that was kind of creepy. You know, you spent the day playing games as a little girl.
It was only a half hour. And you think the Sinclair guy is the bad guy?
What, the hair didn't give it away?
The suit. You're saying nice things, but I know you're being mean about it somehow.
So yeah, she can
I mean,
literally use her powers to make anything she wants.
I was gonna say, she can literally just will a house into existence, basically.
Mm-hmm. Which is exactly what she's doing.
I think I would have done something better than a treehouse bungalow,
The
but
spice
I was about to say that. It's a start.
Mm-hmm.
Discount Quark person $1. Oh, I name not important. You seek I message received. Available ship stands by.
So, yes. So Matthew.
Yeah.
So here's the quote. Oh, I name not important. You seek I. Message received. Available ship stands by.
Undoubtedly, it is a quote from a TOS movie.
Stop trying to type into Google.
No, I got my hands here. I don't know. 3, Search for Spock.
Yeah. So I'm not
That
going
was a shot in the dark. I don't get credit for knowing that.
Okay. So I'll give you points if you can tell me who was the character talking to.
Scott?
Who?
Scotty? Montgomery Scott?
Did you ever even see Star Trek 3? Is that why you think it's a subpar movie, is that you've never even seen it?
You know, like I said, it's been over a decade since I've watched any of these.
Wow.
And when I say over a decade, I'm not talking like, 10 and a half or 11 years. It's been a long time.
We need to watch these movies, man.
We'll see if after I watch them, including the director's cut, if I don't change my rankings for
No,
any of
we're
them.
going to watch them
Joe
together.
_ Biden $1. That's Yoda from Endgame. Number 22.
So Joe Biden, thank you so much, gives us $1 and said that quote was Yoda from Endgame and asked for number 22.
Oh, it's the guy who had lost his vocal cords. You know, if all he's trying to do is like communicate with them, he's really going about it in a bad manner.
Well, he's doing it like a Texan.
Y'all, I'm just trying to give you a hug now. Get over here.
I mean, that's called a Texan hug, isn't it?
Spitting blood on someone? Well, as you see, in the next shot, the blood was magically off his face. So, yeah, pretty much. Arabic, it's been a long road. I wonder if anyone will put it together that that's Mark.
There you go.
How can I be deaf with ears like that? That seems like a line said to Spock, John.
Wow. Yeah, not even close.
Seriously?
Yes, seriously.
Who was it said to? A Ferengi?
No, it was said
That'd be
in
my
that.
second guess.
It was said to that same guy that says, "You seek I." He had crazy ears.
Oh, okay.
And I even showed
And
you
Mark,
what. And I even showed you what he looked like in that trailer for Star Trek 2.
He did have some furry ears. Mark spends a lot of his time getting just devastated.
Yeah. Thomas, where's my cyanide pill? Hey, Mercer. Well, you know, I think I'm in a good mood because despite the fact that my brain is not working as well as it used to, it's still working better than Matthew's. I can take pleasure in that.
I feel like he had an appropriate reaction to this news. I feel sorry for Thomas's coworkers. Apparently, anytime I'm streaming, he spends a lot of time banging his head against the wall. She's pretty justified in her stances. I'm honestly surprised that people disliked her this much.
Well,
like you're telling me.
There's one thing about her that I can understand why people don't like her, but only one. And I don't think it's revealed in this episode. I think it's like in the next episode or after that. So when we get But yeah, I do think that the hate directed at her is overblown.
They definitely set her up to be a crappy character. The first episode, where it seemed like she was legitimately trying to get Mark beat up.
Right.
Ooh, what happened to this dude? What?
He's a robot.
Yeah, but what was up with the duplicate? It was well guarded, is what he has to say about that.
Well, that's why the other robot was like messed up. McDowell's 78, Shatner is 90. Okay.
Is that today though, or was?
Yeah, that would be today. Shatner's 90 today. So basically, McDowell is 12 years younger than Shatner. And Mercer says, "Please sing 'My Heart Will Go On.'" I don't know that song.
Oh, that's the Celine Dion song, isn't it? From Titanic.
No, thank you. Yeah.
Hamill, right?
Yeah, don't know the song, Mercer. I'm sorry. And I'm not much of a singer anyway. You ready for this?
Yeah. Oh, this is the suit that he demanded he gets back.
Yeah. Yep.
So they're putting it all together.
By the way, do you recognize his voice?
Yeah, Hamill.
Yeah.
Nico, we must get Moose and Squirrel.
We must get Moose and Squirrel. You will be silent.
The only Moose and Squirrel I'm familiar with is Bullwinkle and Rocky. What's the flag? Black, red, and yellow. It's not the German flag.
I'm not sure. So Mercer got a Ghostbusters visual history book similar to the Trek book. Oh, that's cool. It is Germany.
I was saying, okay. I thought the German flag had the eagle on it, the double-headed eagle.
Mm-hmm. So she can actually make things grow. So yeah, she's actually more powerful than Green Lantern.
Yeah, because he can only make images of things. Temporary. John, I said it's not Germany, so that pretty much guarantees it's Germany. Yes, Thomas, I'm familiar that the German flag is no longer that one.
Must flow.
Mercer create $1. If all goes according to plan, I will be competing in Trek Trivia tomorrow evening on the Question of Trek YouTube channel.
Oh,
I
cool.
will win.
Yeah, the German flag I had always seen was the one with the double-headed eagle. Well, I guess it's not double-headed. This one is just a single-headed eagle. I guess that's one is extremely outdated.
So Mercer is going to be on Question of Trek tomorrow. So good luck on that.
Is she going to believe this? Because there is no reason to believe this. Goes poorly.
I'm sure that decision is not going to come back to haunt him at all.
So are they really going to ever address how he came back to life, more or less?
What do you mean?
They had the moment where they're trying to shock him to life, and then like this energy wave like pulsated out from his chest. Mm-hmm. And it seemed like it really shocked the doctors there. Like they weren't just trying to like that wasn't a side effect of the 4 little electrodes they had on him.
Well, they were saying that basically you're talking about Invincible himself.
No, on the guy who just left in the Mr. Rogers sweater.
Oh, I don't remember. I don't think so.
Now, people want to know, why don't you go on Question of Trek, Michael?
I don't know. Probably because I'd suck at it. I probably would suck at it.
I think you could score better than I could.
Well, depends. I mean, if they ask for like totally random messed up things, then you would probably outscore me.
On what star date did Picard pick his left nostril?
You know, hey, here's a great thing for you to do, John. I just thought of this right now. Is we need a category for Jeopardy of things that Matthew believes. and have it so that like things like that Star Trek 5 is better than Star Trek 4, you know. I'm sorry. I mean, I missed the chat there. Yeah, funny about that, isn't it? Funny how I could just kill you.
Oh, it just clicked with me that he knows that his suit isn't where it belongs.
Mm-hmm. How long till Harry
I'd like to
Potter
think
starts?
that
You got, let's see. You got a little bit of time, but not a whole lot. But you got enough to fix a drink.
I'd like to think I would be able to hold my calm in a situation better than that. Like, understanding that my life depended on this individual not knowing that I knew that he knew.
Yeah.
Situation.
I think John DeMarco
Whereas-
would crush on Question of Trek so much that he would be kicked off forever. Oh, look! If you look in the shadow of the bike, you can kind of see your training wheels a little bit.
Yeah, John comes up and asks the questions.
And see,
He moves
if John,
quick.
if you lost on there, then I have no chance.
Smooth. Just once, I'd like to see a movie where the people go into the sewer system and quickly die because of the H2S gas that's trapped in there. And they just, like, get suffocated out.
Hey, Daniels, this is Invincible. This episode 6, I want to say, which will be over shortly, and then we're gonna watch Spider-Man. Yeah, you're not messed up at all. He's just Kurogan.
Why don't you start with yourself there? Ew. I mean, with how quickly he's able to create a robot like that, you gotta wonder if Invincible had left right away, would he even have gotten there in time?
Well, yeah, if he had gone right when he said that he lost the call.
Mark is definitely not very invincible.
Well, he's mostly invincible. Remember, they already kind of figured that he can't die.
Can't he, though? I mean, he had a hole in his gut.
Exactly. So he can't die.
I was wondering if Mark was going to go a little too far there and just, like, crush him.
Yeah, I think he hit him a little harder than he needed to.
I was thinking more like punching so hard someone explodes kind of situation.
You know, that your shadow really does look like you're a little kid on a toy bike. I mean, if you look at that. What was the hand signal there?
I was probably trying to indicate how many, like, what checkpoint this was, because every 10-ish miles there's another checkpoint, a rest stop.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to show that, like, hey, this is, you know, the 50th or 50-mile one or 60-mile one or something.
Gotcha.
20-mile one. How many episodes are there in this season?
8. There's only like 2 left.
My goodness.
Yeah, he saw it on Reddit.
Now, which one was the immortal? Was he one of the ones that...
He was the one that's kind of like a Greek god. He almost hurt Omni-Man.
Okay.
He had the beard. He kind of looked like Hercules kind of thing.
Okay, okay.
Till his head was separated from his body, I believe.
Well, mistakes happen.
Yeah. And Daniel, you know, I'm not going to talk about Shang-Chi because I don't know anything about it. Wow, look at all those people passing you at like light speed.
Oh, non-stop, man. There's a guy who managed to do the 100 miles in, I want to say, just under 4 hours. Like, he was doing 26 miles an hour the whole time. Or averaging 26 the whole time.
Right. And then there's you.
And then there's me. I average not 26 miles an hour. I average significantly less than 26 miles an hour. In fact, I average less than half of 26 miles an hour. But just a little bit. I think I averaged something like 12. But I got a plan. I'm interested to see if it works. I have my usual route I do. Like, it's just a quick half hour out and back sort of thing for my house to stay in shape. And I'm going to try and push myself harder each time I do it. Once I get used to doing, it's like an 8-mile thing, 8.5-mile thing. Once I get used to doing that, I'll try and do 10 miles and eventually work my way up to holding that the whole time. So we'll see if in a year if I can't do better. But I also wonder if this year they had a low turnout, physical turnout, because, you know, there's still a lot of people worried about COVID.
Right.
Which, understandable. I mean, everyone knows their own situation the best, and I'm glad people are making the best choice for their health. So I'm not sure if the people who came are, you know, less healthy than usual and just idiots like me, or if these are like the best of the best, and are like, we're never going to miss a Hotter Than Hell 100. We do this every year. For a situation, so I was up against like the best people possible. I'd like to think I was up against the best, but I mean,
Oh, this is why you were asking me to sing that song. I forgot about this part.
yeah, look, it's Mace Windu.
Daniel, stop talking about Shang-Chi. Stop trying to get people to talk about Shang-Chi. We're not talking about Shang-Chi. We're talking about Spider-Man. We're not talking about Shang-Chi. The end. Okay, so remember, this is right after Endgame.
I almost grabbed a fish tank I had that's empty to wear on my head for this.
You know, they did a really good job making this look like it was made by high school kids. Yeah.
The pigeons. Oh my goodness, those two, I'd forgotten about them. It's really convenient that all the main characters were
shut
snapped
up
out of
and
existence.
roll with it.
Yeah, or like, it's the power of the blip, people. Way to go, Ned. Like Surfshark, which is what this movie is sponsored by.
You know, Dan, yes, you're right that if Sony decided to leave the MCU, they could do that. And I'm pretty sure Sony likes making billions of dollars off of Spider-Man, so I don't think they're going to do that.
Nice suit, Spider-Man.
And Indy Tiger, yeah, the power of math line in Lower Decks almost makes the power of math worthwhile. And Mercer, I disagree. I think that Sony has blown it with Spider-Man twice already. Sony doesn't know how to manage a superhero property.
Oh, Happy's such a fun character. At times saying I hate they call it the blip.
Yeah.
What do you prefer instead? The snap? We're just going to change subjects here as gracefully as possible. I can see Samuel L. Jackson delivering that line too.
Anyway, as far as Sony not wanting to share money with Disney, look, we don't know what the executives at Sony or Disney are doing. All that is speculation by idiots that sit at home making YouTube videos. So stop worrying about what executives at multi-billion-dollar corporations are thinking. I'm pretty sure they like the money stream coming in from Spider-Man. Both franchises are making bucket loads of money off of this guy. As far as my favorite live-action Spider-Man, this guy right here.
I do like this take on him.
Yeah, I really like Tom Holland.
I did enjoy the Tobey Maguire version of him. That wasn't expected. Peter Tinkle.
Yeah. I was waiting for your reaction to the Peter Tingle.
Gosh.
Could you imagine if your mom character was calling it your Peter Tingle?
Oh, I cannot. So no, I enjoyed the Tobey Maguire version of Spider-Man. I wasn't a super huge fan of Andrew Garfield.
I liked Andrew Garfield. I just don't think the movies were that well made. And Toby, again, there was some...
That's a fair distinction.
Yeah, Toby, I think that there was some good elements to it, but I think, like, for example, I never bought that Toby was a teenager in the first one. You know, he was like, yeah, I'm a 30-year-old high school kid. You know, I just didn't buy it. I also didn't like the organic web shooters. I never liked that idea. So and of course and Mercer, I know they didn't, you know, Spider-Man 2 was a fine movie. I love Doc Ock in it and everything. But then you got Spider-Man 3. And then you have the crappy Green Goblin costume in the first Spider-Man that looks like he's wearing spray painted, you know, dryer tubing and a Halloween mask from the Power Rangers. You know, and you know, they're just because they didn't screw up a couple of movies doesn't mean they know how to run the franchise. You know, so far, this is the best Spider-Man, and this Spider-Man has appeared in more movies than any other Spider-Man.
That's technically true. I don't see why this should be an issue. Lots of people are allergic to perfume. Yeah, that's right, nerdy guy with the beard. Oh, I feel for Peter in this scene so much.
He was just trying to get next to MJ.
And then she ends up next to the guy
That he was trying
definitely didn't want.
Yeah.
Oh, it hurts. It's too real.
And this is an international flight they're on. And Daniel, you know, you can say Tobey Maguire is superior all day long. That doesn't make it so. You can just say you like Tobey better. Okay.
I think he's talking about a title. Like, is there a Spider-Man whose title was the superior title man?
No, he's just saying he's one is superior, one is alternate, and one is baby. I mean, that's no one is called Spider Baby. He's just making these up.
Oh, okay,
And
okay.
So.
Mercer's saying there was a superior Spider-Man in the comics.
Right, but was there a Spider Baby in the comics? Was there alternate Spider-Man in the comics? I'm just saying. I think what Daniel's trying to do is rank them. I don't care what people call him. I'm just saying that if you say, which one do you like better, it's this guy. I don't care what other people call him. I genuinely don't care.
Oh man. This is. Did you ever go on youth trips? Say Boy Scouts, church groups, anything like that, Michael?
Yeah, a couple of times, but nothing like this. I've never been out of the country.
I've never been out of the country either, but man,
Check.
I've been on so many trips where this scenario.
And no, Daniel, I don't think Iron Spider is at the power level of the Iron Man suit. At least not from what we've seen. Yeah. And remember, no spoilers, because Matthew has not seen this movie. So he does not know what's coming.
It's going great so far.
Yeah.
Oh, good. They have cranes that he can swing from.
Actually, amazingly, I don't think he ever swings from the crane.
Oh, go talk to her already, man.
But you know how kids in high school are. They are exactly like that.
It's painful how much this is accurate. Yes.
No, I don't think he means charming.
But can he swing from lightning like Wonderman? Great question, Indie Tiger.
So, Flash is doing live streams on an American phone in Italy. You know how much he's paying for that?
Oh, this poor guy. Oh, good catch. I thought for sure that was going to end up in the river.
And there it goes.
I'm just going to name him Matt. And I don't know, maybe he got a European data plan. I mean, he is Flash Thompson. I could see his parents buying him a GSM phone. I think that's what they do in Europe.
So, you going to take Star Trek Day off so we can watch all the movies together?
Nope. No, gonna work.
I tried.
Now, what about Wednesday makes it Star Trek Day? Is that just what they're calling it?
It's the anniversary of Star Trek. It's the
Which
actual
one?
Of Star Trek.
Not like TMP, but literally
No,
the first premiere?
The actual anniversary of the original series air date, the very first day that Star Trek ever aired.
Oh, very cool. Now, what does "bo" mean in Italian? Is that just no, or
I don't know.
That- look here real quick? At first, I thought she said both, but clearly not. Translate from, let's say, Italian.
Yeah.
Means don't know.
So you remember there was a rock elemental that Nick Fury faced down in Mexico. Now there's a water elemental in Venice. And Thomas, I get that they're high schoolers on a field trip in Europe, but Peter Parker doesn't have money. So just because, and I know Flash has money, but come on, international rates, that's...
You know, he was gone for 5 years, so I could see his parents especially babying him.
Yeah. And Daniel, I would dare say that you would not chase them down and blind them.
Who?
If someone...
Flash?
Yeah. Well, Flash got punched in the balls. Oh, remember... that's the new thing that Nerdrotic's saying, is that if a guy gets hit in the balls, that makes it woke.
I'm still interested to see if that's really a trend here. I know Bird was talking about that too.
Yeah. You know what?
I'm not convinced it's a trend, but I'll keep my eyes open.
Guys have been getting hit in the balls on TV and in movies as long as guys have had balls. It's because it's funny that even the biggest, toughest guys in the world have that vulnerability. And B, it's, that's where you hit a guy.
I have seen some martial artists who literally do iron ball training. I can't believe they go through it. Yeah, but at the end, you see this guy, and they like swing a battering ram into his crotch.
Well, no thank you. So what do you think of Mysterio there?
I like his helmet. I like his helmet.
Did you hear what Peter said?
Yeah, really strong and sticky. I also love how, like, anyone who knows Peter would be like, why is Peter wearing a masquerade mat? Why can Peter flip and fly? Now, is it becoming a Spider-Man trope that he glues things together with his webs?
Well, that's been a Spider-Man thing in the comic books forever.
Venice seems like it'd be a hard place to get away from canals.
Well, it is Venice, so yeah.
I mean, maybe that's my ignorance about geography showing. Maybe it turns out there's only one area of Venice that's really canal-y.
Yeah, I don't know. Now, one thing I do think is cool, Mysterio is really our first true energy projector character that we've seen. Because most of our characters have been punch, punch, kick, kick. But notice, Mysterio's primary attack is actually shooting beams.
What about Doctor Strange?
Well, Doctor Strange is really more general spell casting, so... And Thomas, you would think that Tony left Peter some money. I have a feeling we'll probably find out in the next movie.
Ooh, yay!
Back in the day before this movie came out, did you think Tobey Maguire was in this movie? No, I never thought Tobey Maguire was going to be in this movie. Never once did I think Tobey was going to be in this movie.
I still don't think he's going to be in the next movie.
Yeah, I'm not
And
convinced
that might be
he
all
is
but
either.
confirmed.
I am not completely convinced he's going to be in the next movie either. Or Andrew Garfield. I don't care what the rumor mill says.
Flash coming to Spider-Man's defense.
Tom says, screw Matthew, you should watch the TOS movies without him. Wow.
You should. You should.
Well, except I don't have them all on, whatchamacallit here.
On Vimeo? I
Yeah.
could probably fix that. I do have... I think I actually have them. I should watch them.
Why would you have them? You don't like them.
I'm not gonna not have them. And it's not that... I'm just saying, like... There's a lot of subparness there. Yeah, Flash. Aww. Oh. That was short-lived. EMP, Wrath of Khan, Search for Spock, definitely Voyage Home, Frontier. Yeah, I got all TOS.
And you won't watch them.
I'll watch them, just, Wednesday. I don't think you can kill a water monster. I mean, it's an elemental. At least Nick Fury is considerate. He shot it just so Ned would fall asleep on the couch. Hey Orville, how you doing?
Oh, hey, PJ.
Okay, so we got wind, rock. I was laughing too much. What is he not qualified to do?
to like do counseling for them because of what happened.
Okay. That was good. That was good. I liked that. What was that? Othello or Macbeth?
I think it's Macbeth, but I'm not 100% sure.
King Henry.
Oh, is it? Was it Henry VIII? Or is it King Lear? Because King Henry isn't a thing.
They saying that? Okay, let's. King Henry, canst thou, partial sleep, give thy repose to the wet sea boy an hour so rude? Easy lies ahead that rise the crown. From King Henry the Fourth.
I didn't even know that one.
Yeah, John's confirming Henry the Fourth.
Yeah, I see that.
Hey, Professor. Indie Tiger, I was thinking the same thing.
What's that?
It's Avatar: The Last Airbender.
So, Professor, I hope if you're up to it, join us in the screening room. Matthew's never seen this, so don't throw any spoilers in the chat. Don't you think that
Was that supposed?
Yeah, what a little
Was
odd the way he said that.
Yeah. Do you think it was?
Oh, there's a reason for it. There is a reason for it. But it won't make sense until the post-credits scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Professor Bernie Specs, what would you say is par for the TOS, and which ones are above it and which ones are below it?
Please stop! You are insane.
I'm just saying, me saying that there's 3 subpars is only one more subpar than you are saying.
No, you're trying to say that Star Trek V is a good movie, okay? That ends it right there.
No, I'm saying it's the par movie.
That's like saying, like, as we see your biking escapades at the bottom, like you're a par rider. while everybody is
no.
passing you.
No, that's like saying, hey, the 50% guy is par. I'm subpar in the bike ride. Nice move by Nick.
Yeah. What, to get them their upgrade? I don't know if I'd want to be on that road. So he still hasn't put on the glasses.
I was just thinking, come on, put them on. You know there's going to be some sort of interface. What was the name of Jarvis's replacement? Well, Edith. Okay, this one is. I love that candidness. He made you for me? No. But you got access.
Oh, wait till you hear what Edith stands for.
History of witchcraft?
Do you imagine what you could do with that level of intel?
Let's see. Jeff is saying that par would be search for Spock. The motion picture is also par, so he's putting a director's edition. So he's putting searching for Spock and motion together. A par would be Wrath of Khan, Voyage Home, and Undiscovery. And then Final Frontier. Undiscovery. Undiscovered Country. And then subpar would be Final Frontier.
Yeah, your favorite.
My parist.
And yes, I know. Jarvis's replacement was Friday, but I wasn't going to even bother trying to explain that to him. It would just.
Oh, that's got to be awkward for a young man. Hey, here's a tall, striking blonde woman telling you to take your clothes off. Pardon? Oh, don't try and act like you're being noble.
Well, hey, you know, he wants to get with her.
Yeah, but don't be like, oh, she deserves to know the truth. Like, be honest about it. Be like, yeah, I'm going to show her this photo. Oh gosh.
Yes.
He just webbed in front of everyone.
Well, keep in mind the driver knows.
Oh, they do such a good job with these Spider-Man movies. So Flash has a concussion now.
Yes, I agree, Professor. The next Ignored by Matthew virtual snub coming soon in 2023. Why the TOS movies subpar? You know, since Star Trek Day is coming up, that should be the topic of the virtual pub on Monday.
It should be. We'll make it that. I will make the title. Let me make a note here. Title: Why are the TOS movies subpar? Answer: because Matthew is crazy. Yeah, John, I expect to get an earful. Okay. Great discussion topic. Part of that title is accurate. Okay, so I know enough about Marvel to know that Mysterio is not what you would consider a hero.
Well, remember, he's from another dimension. He's not from this Earth.
Okay.
He said that earlier, you know, because...
Yeah, yeah.
And hey, Multi-Gun Man, hope you're doing well. If you want to join in the fun, we're watching Spider-Man Far From Home. Just don't give any spoilers. Matthew has never seen it.
Okay, I do feel like it's a bit of a weak point to basically have the same line Tony said to him. Be kind of a going to the third act here. Maybe just a midpoint conflict.
Well, I think that Mysterio makes a good father figure kind of surrogate. A little more approachable than. Oh, let me see. I think my microphone's messing up.
Fair enough. I feel like they could have gotten to this moment without having Fury literally say, "You're not ready for this," which I mean, he's not. Peter's been trying to tell him that this whole time. But that's basically exactly what Tony said in Homecoming. You know, if you're nothing without the suit, then
Right.
nothing. If you're nothing without the suit, then I forget how the line ends.
All right, there we go. Sorry, my microphone died. I'm not sure why, but I just reset it. I assume you can hear me.
Okay. Yep, we're good.
Oh, Ned. Yay, an opera. Bet you would be excited, right, man?
A little bit. I've never been to one. I wanted to go to there's a Chinese opera, Shen Yu. And every year they come through the DFW area. And I want to go, but one, it's way too expensive. But two, it turns out it's very much the propagandist play and very much not true to reality. Or propagandist.
So you would actually
opera.
want to go to an opera rather than the biggest party on the planet?
A little bit. I don't like crowds.
Poor Pete.
I mean, it also kind of depends on which opera.
Everybody says, snub, where are you going? They don't know what real art and music is. Well, I do know what real art and music is. I happen to play I used to play in a symphony. My personal favorite is Dvorak's Ninth. But I just don't like opera. Sorry, I just don't.
Yeah, I've never seen one. That's why I'd be interested in it. Ned, just roll with it at this point.
Well, but you know he knows what's coming.
Yeah, he knows, but man, if he's gonna lose the girl if he doesn't watch it.
And Indy, the reason he doesn't want Spider-Man to be seen in Europe is because his classmates would figure it out. So, of course, he has the black outfit that S.H.I.E.L.D. gave him that looks a lot like Spider-Man. But thanks to Ned, they came up with the interesting cover. You're going to love it.
Yeah, I've seen the Dallas Symphony. Sympathy. Wow, Symphony.
Check this out. Wait to hear the name. Ned's thinking on his feet here. So, Night Monkey.
Yeah, I thought maybe he was gonna go the Spider-Man. But yeah, Night Monkey is much better. It's why Ned is the man in the chair, not me.
Yep. Night Monkey.
I'm so curious. I know this is leading up to the third act, so there's no way this can be resolved this easily.
Well, just watch the movie and you'll see. Night
Well, I'd
Monkey
like to
is
guess.
coming to rescue the town. Something is afoot.
MJ ain't no idiot.
Yeah, the sympathy, typical Matthew. Yeah, I know.
Me not talk words good.
Actually, for you, that was pretty good.
It was. I tried to make it worse, but for once, it actually came out just fine. And then the Fire Nation came. That reminds me, is the band back still touring and stuff?
Why would that make you think of that?
His name is literally Beck.
Yeah, but still. Yeah. Ned is always prepared, indeed. He's a kid.
What is he mad at him for? For not wanting to be there, or like, did he feel like he underperformed?
Night monkey. Yeah, you gotta.
That would have been a great. Go on.
Yeah, well, what John said, Ned's always prepared. He had a mint. He had the name Night Monkey. Ned is the man.
You don't have to be in Europe. Yeah, honestly, I'm really confused as why Fury is really mad at Parker right here.
Because
What was-
Peter didn't want to go in the first place. You know?
And like I feel like Peter not wanting to be there was supposed to somehow be reflected in that fight scene. Like he wasn't bringing his A game or something. Which maybe he could have asked Edith to like drop some, I don't know, fire extinguisher or something.
Right. You're right, John. I don't think Matthew's ever heard that quote.
Yeah, it's just like the #1 Spider-Man quote.
Mm.
He does look better in the glasses than Peter. Chump.
Well, he's right about that.
Thankfully, some girls like awkward guys. Interesting. Oh, no way! Is this Justin Hammer?
No.
Oh, for just a second, he had the voice of Hammer.
What, they're gonna, but you're gonna recognize a few of those people have been in prior movies.
Oh, wow. They're reaching far back.
Yeah.
Nice. Wow. Wow. My goodness. That was a dig on some people right there. That was a hard troll right there. I am shocked they did that. Someone needs to learn how to toast. This is way too long of a toast. And yeah, John, Tony Stark still creating villains even when he's dead. Smooth. Come on, Peter, you can do it. Mysterio Night Monkey.
So his name is now Night Monkey.
Fun knowledge.
Yeah, she's a dark one there.
Dun dun dun. Oh,
Pum,
even he
pum.
was fake. Oh, of course, since it's fake, he has to do all the choreography.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that turned on us quickly.
Yeah. It's got just got a little bit dark.
You know what? I think it's time to update my resume.
I think you need a little more than an updated resume at this point. Spider monkey stealing a ride on the train.
Dangerous to be next to that line, though. The live wire.
Knock monkey.
I mean, to be fair, he's Spider-Man. I think he'd survive a car crash. Wow.
What do you do when everything you see is an illusion?
That would definitely be a hard fight. I mean, if he solely started to rely on Spidey sense, I could see him getting a slight edge, but that would still be really, really hard.
Thomas, I don't think Matthew will ever figure out when he's screwed up. Oh,
Who, I screwed up?
yeah, you'll never figure it out. And Daniel says, so where are we now? Same place we were? Not.
Berlin?
Yeah. What?
Ooh, low blow. Hey, Nick. Poor choice, Spidey. Poor choice.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Spider-Man does not have good luck with train.
No, definitely not. He's having a rough day.
So was Fury ever in this movie?
Yes.
Or was every Fury that we've seen just a...
No. Fury. The first time we saw Mysterio as Fury was that scene.
Okay. Sucker fans?
It's like Night Monkey is now famous. It's like
I could see that being a football team.
so everybody makes you want to go to the Netherlands. In case you ever
Not
need
the flowers.
is Boeke Blongendijk.
Good old Happy. But he's had a lot of experience having to stitch up Tony's wound.
So yeah, he messed up so bad you would think he said Star Trek V was a good movie.
I said it was the Par movie.
You'd think he said Star Trek V was better than Star Trek IV.
Yeah. Aw, the Iron Man theme.
Actually, that's more the Avengers theme, but that's okay. Do I think the Iron Spire suit is bulletproof? Probably. Yes, John, he did call the Avengers theme the Iron Man theme. This right here is a Matthew. That's a Matthew moment right there. Peter Parker
I love Led Zeppelin.
is live with Matthew.
What did Peter do? He said the song was by Led Zeppelin.
John's asking you, so who actually sang that song?
AC/DC.
And Daniel says Phase 4 will be awesome. Daniel, stop trying to talk about Shang-Chi. We're not talking about Shang-Chi. Stop. We're watching Spider-Man.
What, Betty? She didn't do anything.
Well, remember, he said maybe Ned told his girlfriend Betty.
Oh, I missed that line.
Yeah. Dan, we're not talking about phase 4. We're not talking about it. Sent him the 3-fingered salute.
When did the spider sense go offline? Did I miss that line in the movie, or is that just something they're revealing to us now?
No, it's just that he didn't have control over it. So he's trying to harness it so that he can get past the illusion with it. Like, he's always had the sixth sense. He just didn't have the ability to focus it. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering if there's a plot point I missed where, like, oh, ever since we came back, he didn't have his spider sense.
He's just never had the ability to focus it.
Okay, fair enough. That's true, John. May threw the banana at him and he missed it.
Right. But the cool thing is when they show it later, you'll see exactly what the Peter Tingle looks like to Spidey in a minute.
Flash. Or Captain Planet. All they need is heart. I guess this is what Captain Planet looks like without heart. A spider on parachute. Yeah, Nick doesn't have time for your technobabble. I'm sick and tired of all these Monday to Friday nerds on this Monday to Friday field trip. Have a girl. Priorities, man. Way to go, Flash. You ruined our exit strategy. See, this is why Tony needs to do more debugging work. he, sh- he should have gone, you know what, maybe I need to have like a line of logic where if they try to say kill an Avenger, we don't do it. But then what about Hulk? I mean... I saw that Morning Star.
Yeah. Oh, they are in a perfect place for melee weapons handy.
Or does a Morning Star have a chain? Maybe it's just a mace, technically. Happy. I'm fairly confident. Okay, I thought he was going to use it as a literal shield, but no, Happy's at least marginally smarter than that.
He's trying to do the Captain America move. I think you're kind of on fire there, Spidey.
He's working on it. Kind of a triage situation. Bullets, explosions,
Yeah.
back on fire.
Ow.
Gonna be the night monkey? Oh, that's awesome.
What?
Good classic callback. You know, the tended spot of the comics would always be when Spider-Man ran out of webbing.
Well, yeah, the comics, yeah, he would always run out of webs.
Come on, Happy, that's something you should not share.
Yeah.
I mean, now all you have to do is figure out who's Happy's in love with.
Right. Well, everybody knows Peter lives with his aunt.
Oh, it's the TARDIS Blue.
Well, yeah, they are in England. All right.
There we go. Time for the Peter.
Yep. Notice he's closing his eyes. This is what the Peter tingle looks like.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And Thomas, come on now. The Peter tingle existed long before the Force.
Oh, that's cool too. I thought he caught the bullet. I'm like, that would have been awesome. That is a really poor way to phrase that. Execute them all.
Yes, it's a halberd.
Oh, but what is William up to?
Probably downloading video games where he plays as a little girl.
Sometimes they're older girls. I actually was noticing, like, I was looking at all the demos. In any demo where it's like exploration, it seems like they choose to have it be a boy, but any demo where it's like an actiony beat 'em up adventure thing, they're all girls. I thought that was an interesting trend that's going on.
Really? I'm shocked.
They did a good job fleshing out her character in this.
And they kiss like awkward kids.
See, I understand the awkward kiss stuff because he does have a lot of blood on his face. I'm just saying, no matter how much you like a person, there's a line where it's like, at least Ned would be like, hold on, I got like a wet towelette. I can kind
Yeah, Ned would be better prepared for that.
Ned would be better prepared for kissing Spider-Man. Thanks, Hill.
See, Irving, it's not a bad movie. Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Totally gonna be late. Aw. Actually make me feel a little sympathetic for him.
Arabic in the first Tom Holland Spider-Man film, the villain is the Vulture, played by Michael Keaton, and he does a great job. And of course, in classic Spider-Man fashion, the movie has to end with Spider-Man web swinging around New York.
Now the real question is, when is he going to get his job at the Daily Bugle?
Well, notice he's
That
taking
place there.
pictures of himself. Mm-hmm.
And Eric, knowing who the bad guy in Spider-Man Homecoming isn't going to spoil it. Like, they tell you in the first 5-ish minutes, so you're good. Which, that technically means Tony Stark created both of Spider-Man's villains. Way. A little dark considering that's how MJ died.
No, that was not MJ that died that way.
Oh, who was it then? Which one of
It was Gwen
Peter's?
Stacy that died.
When?
But
Okay.
But it was actually. But the funny thing is that they always make it out that that Spider-Man's girlfriends love swinging around, with him. But it would actually be terrifying. If you think about it, swinging around like that, it would be scary as. It would be scary.
Sure.
If someone actually grabbed you and was swinging from building to building in New York, you would be terrified. You could be Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and you'd be screaming like a little girl.
Now I really want to see like a fan drawing of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson being carried around by Spider-Man.
Now, there are 2 post-credit scenes that you don't want to miss here. So, just so you know. Both of them, big reveals. Unlike most Marvel movies, both of them, big reveals.
I feel real sorry for Happy. He got really shut down by Aunt May there.
Well, we'll see what happens in the next one. I'm not convinced that their relationship is exactly over.
I hope it's not.
But
I thought that was a fun little.
Yeah. But like I said, I love the Tom Holland Spider-Man. I just absolutely, I enjoy the crap out of it. I want to see Night Monkey come back. I mean, there's nothing I don't enjoy about these movies. And so I just want more. All right, here we go. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
All right, I hope you're sitting down.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
How's that for a cliffhanger?
That's good. Now, it was J.K. Simmons. I wasn't
That
sure.
was
It
J.K.
sounded like,
Simmons. Yes, they actually, and one of the things I've said before is that I don't like the idea of bringing back characters that have played a part to play the same part in a different franchise. But I've always said the exception will be J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson because he was so perfect. And even without,
this was a really good movie.
yeah, even without the hair, I'm down for it. So, but the flat top really nailed it in the old Spider-Man movies. But with the bald head and DailyBugle.net, I'm still good with it, And so, yeah, J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson, I'm totally cool with. So, yeah. So now, bam. How's that? It's like, and that is, by the way, the direct lead in to the upcoming movie. So, which is why why everybody wanted to talk about the trailer on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
Because the trailer deals with how is Spider-Man going to deal with that. And so the trailer actually deals with that head on. Daniel says this movie sucks. Daniel, I'm sorry, you're just wrong. I understand you don't like bright, happy movies, but sorry, this was a great movie. And yes, this movie is the first Marvel movie after Endgame.
Now, is it technically part of Phase 4, or is it kind of like a denouement of Phase 3?
This is considered the last Phase 3 film. This is like,
or am I one low? Are we at Phase 5? Yep.
No, this is the last Phase 3 film. This is the end. Okay. This is officially the end of the Infinity Saga, because this deals with the return of everybody from the snap. And Daniel, if you hate the movie so much, why are you here?
I'm really surprised you didn't like it, Daniel. It was really well done.
Mm-hmm.
Want to hear about Lower Decks on Monday, Thomas? Yeah, I don't know. This week's episode.
Well, honestly, the episode wasn't bad. It's just that stupid sex scene was...
Yeah.
It was way too over the top.
Yeah, when he sat down and started stroking his horn, it...
Yeah. It crossed the line.
Unfortunately, that's his style.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what Mike McMahon did on Rick and Morty. Like, I don't know what his role on that show was, but
Yeah.
and so I don't know if that's his style or if that's just what they do on Rick and Morty. But I personally, if that becomes the new normal for that show, then they're going to lose me as a fan of that show.
I hope they don't go that direction.
You want me to do Jonah
Unfortunately,
Jameson? Spider-Man is a menace to society. That's the best I can do. Yeah.
That works. That works.
Yeah.
Why do they have to do these after Garfield?
After Andrew Garfield, I assume. Well,
that's what I'm guessing.
Yeah, because the Andrew Garfield movies were just a kind of a hot mess, and Sony didn't know what to do with the franchise, and so they basically, signed the deal with Marvel saying, hey, can you make Spider-Man work? Because we can't.
Just so long as the next movie doesn't double down on the classic Spider-Man failure point of let's have 3-4 villains in a movie.
Well, the funny thing, when you see the trailer for the next one, I do think we're going to have multiple villains, but I don't think it's going to be a problem this time around. And so I genuinely don't. Because I think that given, I think it's going to be loosely based on the Spider-Verse storyline. But I think it is going to be loosely based on, in the same way that Civil War was loosely based on the Civil War comic book. So I don't think it's going to be the same story, but I think that some elements are going to be the same. And in the comic books, if I remember correctly, Doc Ock was the main villain. I think Doc Ock is going to be the main villain here.
Interesting.
And so... Okay, so and I know it's coming in a minute here, so I don't want you to miss it, because you asked me a question earlier on, and I have to admit I was a little coy with the way I was answering you, because I couldn't be 100% truthful with you because of the scene that's coming up here eventually. I hate how long these credits get sometimes. It's like you forget, there's so many thousands of people now that work on a motion picture like this. But we're down to the soundtrack and stuff, so we should be near the end, I think.
I Will Always Love You was written by Dolly Parton? I had no idea.
You didn't know that? Yeah, that was originally a Dolly Parton song that was then covered by, what's her name? And it was a bigger hit. Celine Dion, yeah.
I mean, the only reason it was a big hit from her, okay, she did it fantastically.
And the Dolly Parton, if you listen to the Dolly Parton version, Celine Dion's version is way better.
Yeah, but the reason it really went as far as it did is Titanic was such a phenomenon that swept through the nation.
Mm.
Now, as Daniel, for your overall question, I do think that was, please don't call her that, Daniel. I don't know why you're calling her that.
Yeah,
but
Daniel, stop with the insults, okay? That's not appropriate, and you know it, and I don't like that kind of thing. And that's why John keeps removing those messages. Stop.
The overall question about if Doctor Strange lost his heart, I thought it was a really well done episode. You definitely felt for Strange.
Yeah.
It was fighting against.
That's how you do dark, by the way. That was a very dark episode, but it reminds you of the light. And that's the thing about What If. A good dark story in What If reminds you of the light. And so it's not hopeless. All right, here we go.
Okay.
You asked me about Mr. Fury.
Oh, yes.
I lied to you. You haven't seen him in the entire film.
Oh, but it wasn't what I was thinking at all.
And that's why he said, do not invoke her name.
He's in Tahiti. Magical place. Thomas wants to know, did Spider-Man fight his doppelganger in this movie? No, definitely not.
And I still want to see, I truly want to see Spider-Man fight Venom. I would love to see that because, and I actually like the current Sony iteration of Venom, but we'll probably never see the two of them fight. And look at that beautiful timing. Just as the movie ends, we see that we go back to full screen with the ride as Matthew comes up on the finish line. I slowed it back down to regular speed. And so we can see at that whopping 18 miles per hour as Matthew sprints to the finish line at 18 miles per hour. You know, I was trying to see, you know, like if you look carefully, if you look carefully, now notice
funny
the crowd of people there, the signs they're holding. It says "You suck," Corrogan burning something. I couldn't quite make out the last word. Not exactly an enthusiastic crowd here. A lot of people sleeping. So yeah.
Well, I mean, all the really great people crossed that finish line 4 hours ago.
Yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate it. And the font, good choice. Oh, the trailer, okay. Oh, that's what Ned did. Oh, that's perfect.
Manifesto. I mean, this is pretty much what the What If was about. Mm-hmm.
I don't believe we're actually going to get the same actor.
Oh,
They're
yeah?
trolling us with that.
Right here,
They're
buddy.
trolling us with that.
No, they are not.
That was the Doc Ock guy. I'm saying the Green Goblin. Surely that's a troll.
Why was that? That was a pumpkin bomb, and you heard his laugh.
Well, yeah, I think we're going to have the Green Goblin, but surely they're not going to give us the same.
Willem Dafoe's still around. And Willem Dafoe was just in Aquaman a couple of years ago.
Oh, gosh. All those floating heads.
Yeah. So there is no reason that Willem Dafoe can't be in this movie. And so I think that Thomas, as far as why would he still be in school, it depends on if this takes place immediately after they get back. That's the only explanation I could think of.
He quickly gets arrested.
Right.
Sure.
So I don't know. Donnie says gonna have to go to bed. All right, Donnie, you have a good one. But yeah, that clearly sounds like Willem Dafoe. But I get the feeling. I mean, because notice you see the pumpkin bomb, you hear the laugh. I don't think we're gonna get a lot of Green Goblin. I think Doc Ock is gonna be the primary villain, because he was the primary villain in the Spider-Verse storyline. And we may get variants of him, because there's a female version of Doc Ock that's big in the Spider-Verse story. We may get her as well. And of course then everybody will scream woke, 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 because, oh my gosh, you can't have variants.
Now it looks like William Dafoe is being credited on IMDb.
Yeah, but IMDb,
for No Way Home.
Yeah, IMDb says a lot of things, so don't take that as gospel truth until the movie comes out. There are rumors, of course, that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are going to be in it, but that's at this point just rumor. That would be cool. I would like to see that. But if they're going to bring in multiple Spider-Men, I absolutely demand that we get Peter Porker.
I'd say I wouldn't mind Miles Morales. I really liked him in Spider-Verse.
They already teased Miles, because in the first Tom Holland film, they had Miles Morales' uncle was in that film. The guy that was buying the gun under the bridge was actually, and then later was being interrogated by Peter. He actually has a line where he says he has a nephew. He is Miles's uncle. And so they've kind of set that up slightly already.
Wait, in Homecoming?
Yes. And so
not
black guy. I can't remember his name. I'm sorry. I'm drawing a blank.
I keep wanting to say the Goomba guy. That's not his real name.
The Goomba
something with
guy?
a G.
Or Glover?
It's something with a G. As soon as was it Glover? They call him the little something. Like he has a nickname. It's the little.
Wow.
I don't know.
Donald Glover. Thank you, John. Yes, Donald Glover.
Donald Glover, but he called the little.
I don't know what. Look, it's Donald Glover. Okay, don't try to come up with something that's going to be racist. Okay, I don't. Yeah, the guy who played Lando. That's all. Yeah, just say that. The guy who played Lando. Don't say the little something. Don't say the Goomba guy. Just say Donald Glover. Just leave it alone.
The Childish Gambino. Thank you, John. I knew I was.
Anyway, but yes, he plays Miles's uncle in Homecoming. So they've already kind of teased it, but we haven't actually seen Miles. So I would like to see Miles brought into the MCU. I don't know if Sony's going to allow that or not. So because as far as Green Goblin, they've already obviously we've got an absolute confirmation of Doc Ock and Green Goblin. And obviously Doctor Strange is going to be in here. If Doctor Strange is going to be in here, then we need more firepower on the bad guy's side, because Doctor Strange is a heavy hitter. And I'm sorry, I love Doc Ock, But against Doctor Strange, Doc Ock is not going to do any damage. I'm curious to see what they could do.
It's an interesting take to have a movie featuring like two of the heroes teaming up instead of like a huge lineup.
Right.
You got close to that in Civil War with, well, no, they brought in everyone for it. I was going to say it focused primarily on Cap and...
But you see, in Civil War, you had the big... Because people think it was like this big thing, but really all the Avengers were just in one scene. Mm-hmm. And in the rest of the movie, it was primarily Cap, Iron Man, and Bucky. And really...
They got close to it there.
Yeah. Thor
got a little close to it with
Thor was mostly a Thor Hulk movie, right? So
yeah.
And so I do like the idea of, in these Marvel movies, teaming them up and doing different weird combinations. I think a Spider-Man Doctor Strange movie is cool, but I think that, like I said, if Doctor Strange is going to be on the good guy roster in this movie, bad guy needs a lot more firepower than Doc Ock. And even if you bring in Green Goblin, well, if Doc Ock and Green Goblin combined might be able to take on 2, 3, 4 Spider-Men, but Doctor Strange, come on, Doctor Strange went toe-to-toe with Thanos with 5 Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
Or 4 Infinity Stones.
Maybe they'll nerf him a little bit. Like maybe the spell is going to leave him off-centered and he can't access his...
Right. And yeah, Thor and Hulk were left out of Civil War because they would have thrown off the balance. I mean, obviously, if Thor and Hulk were in Civil War, then it's like the two of them would have just destroyed the airport, and they would have to put one of them on each side. But it would have felt really forced because they would have had to really work at it to make sure that Thor and Hulk were on opposite sides and that they fought each other, because if they fought anybody other than each other, they would one punch everybody, because...
And, they did a good job saying, well, the in-universe reason they aren't here is because they're off on that planet.
Right.
Almost War World.
Right. So, yeah, they were doing the Ragnarok thing. And I was fine with that. But what I'm curious about is, why is the interior of Doctor Strange's Sanctorum, why is it all filled with snow?
Yeah.
Because the exterior shots, it looks like the roof was fixed from when Banner came crashing through. So what's up with the snow? And that was weird. I would love to see Spider-Man in a Fantastic Four movie as well. That's something. Now, Doc Ock and Dormammu. See, now you're thinking there, because like if Doc Ock figured out a way to reach out to Dormammu, that could work. Or something of that ilk, right? So, something like that. Like while the multiverse is fracturing, and like I said, I think this is the beginning of this whole multiversal stuff. I haven't seen Shang-Chi yet, so I don't know what's leading into this, as far as like if there's any post-credit scenes in Shang-Chi that kind of hint at it. But I'm assuming that we're gonna, from here, because we're going to Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness. So I'm going to assume that not everything gets fixed in Spider-Man.
Right.
So the doctor. So we're going to have to go from the Spider-Man thing to now Doctor Strange still working on trying to fix things, and we're going to have to deal with Scarlet Witch and stuff like that. So I think there's a lot that they can do, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. But what's your take on Spider-Man: Far From Home?
This was a fantastic movie. It kind of had one slow moment, or one slow bit, going from the second to the third act, but that was a minor complaint. Mm-hmm. Overall, I felt it had tight pacing. Obviously, I laughed so much at this. Like, the humor was just on point. Really fit the Spider-Man universe well. I loved it. It was a good movie.
Well, I think that Yeah, you know, it's. I think it's a great example of why the Marvel formula works. Is that Marvel movies tend to just be fun movies, and I mean, even you know, because while this movie had its intense moments and stuff, you also had just absolutely, I mean, like the whole Night Monkey thing, and then throughout the movie you had just little references back to Night Monkey, like when he was in Germany, and you hear "Ach, Nach Monkey," you know, and it was like, you know,
Yeah.
just little things like that. I thought
And
were
you know,
great.
to be fair, the Spider-Man movies are especially lending themselves to that kind of humor.
Right.
Like it'd be weird for Thor to have that sort of, or not Thor, Iron Man to have that sort of joke going on through it.
Right,
Because
but you
Iron Man
see,
is a more serious guy.
well, Iron Man, the difference is that, like, it's funny because the humor of Iron Man is about Tony Stark's condescending view on people. Right, that's where most of the humor in Iron Man comes from. With Spider-Man, it really comes from Spider-Man's cluelessness, and just
Like,
yeah,
oh, we're using our secret identity names.
yeah.
When the guy said he was Doctor Strange.
Right, and it's like, no, that's his real name, you idiot. Um, and then and I kind of like when it's like, oh well, you don't, we saved half the universe together. I think we're beyond Sir. And then he goes, oh okay, Steve or Steven. And he's like, that feels weird. Although the one thing that seems odd to me is that line when he says that feels weird, but I'll allow it. To me, it seems like he should have said, you should probably call me doctor.
Yes, I thought that was going to be the line. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure why they put it that way, and I'm wondering if because Marvel does tend to be misleading with their advertising sometimes, so maybe he
Yes.
will say something like "You should call me doctor" in the actual film, or is that really Doctor Strange, or is it like because remember we're dealing with multiverse stuff now, and we saw in that What If a universe with multiple Doctor Stranges. And so, what if we're dealing with an evil Doctor Strange? And here's where the LDG thing will come into play. Notice there are, and if I were LDG, I would be all over this. There are a lot of hints in that trailer of Mephisto.
true.
There are black
I am
cats. There's
hoping-
devil imagery. There's images of Peter Parker as the devil. And by the way, in the comic books, true facts, Peter Parker made a deal with Mephisto.
Was it to get people to forget him?
It was to erase his marriage with MJ. And
I know this-
that did erase when he revealed his true identity to the world.
Because I remember the storyline. He told everyone, like he came out
Right,
because there was a new registry.
During the Secret Wars, he revealed to the world that he was Peter Parker. Then he made a deal with Mephisto to erase that. Exactly what
Yeah,
he...
'cause
Yeah, so he is in fact going
Things
to
went bad
Yeah.
for him.
So he is in fact going to Doctor Strange to do the same thing that he was doing with Mephisto.
Interesting.
So and so if I were LDG, man, I would be all over that because there's a lot of, I mean, if Marvel was going to drop Mephisto into the MCU, this would be the time to do it. And it would be a great cover up to have Mephisto disguise himself as Doctor Strange to win over Peter's trust.
I am interested to see if, like, I'd love the cutout scene or the post-credit scene from No Way Home to be, I'm going to get his name wrong, Mordo.
Oh, yeah, more
Doctor
Doctor
Strange's nemesis.
Right. Yeah, I think it's
Mordo.
Mordo.
Andy, I don't know, something like
Andy, Andy.
No, I said Mandy. Mandy.
I thought you said Andy. Hey, Andy. Sorry, Thomas. No, I'm not. If it's not Doctor Strange, why is the cape still with him? It could be. It could be, another cape. Who's to say? Morbo is what.
Morbo. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see Morbo being like, it's time to take away Strange's power.
Morbo. Morbo will destroy
he's-
you, puny human.
He's the one who caused all this madness. Like tie that into the upcoming Strange movie.
So there's a lot of things they could do with it, but I would love to see it be Mephisto. But like I said, if I was a paranoid crackpot like LDG, making sure he's not here, then I would be all over it's Mephisto. It's Mephisto. I know
not Morbo.
I know.
Mordo.
That's why. Thomas, did you not hear me do the voice? I know Morbo is from Futurama. I did the voice.
It doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
I
It
did
never
the
counts.
voice.
It never counts.
Jerks.
You'd like to think it counts, but it doesn't.
I want certain people to be convinced it's Manifesto, and then it turns out to be something completely different. But I think it would be. I think this would be a great way to drop Mephisto into the MCU. If they don't, I'm not going to cry. I'm just saying that this would be a great way to do it because it would be too similar a storyline to ignore. Malfi thinks Vulture will be in No Way Home. I think that's a distinct possibility because, I really want to see Vulture come back. Again, I know that all sorts of, rumor websites and, YouTube channels have all their crap that they say. But you know what I think about rumor stuff is ignore it. We'll see. We'll see. When the next trailer drops, that's when we'll have more information, not before. Or if they make some kind of, official announcement. But outside of that, if it doesn't, honestly, if it doesn't say Marvel on the header, if it's like from, some random website, I don't give a crap. Just because some YouTube channel with 5 million subscribers says this is what's going to happen in the movie, that doesn't mean squat to me.
Thomas.
Yeah,
Lex Luthor will be in No Way Home. You heard it here
The
first,
Legion
folks.
of Doom
Lex
will be
Luthor.
there.
Man,
Yes.
the only person who would believe that is this Matthew guy.
Well, you probably would.
He wouldn't even get the fact that he's not in.
And Arabic, thank you so much. Throws a couple of bucks in there. Good movie, thanks.
Good movie. Thanks, guys.
You are more than welcome. Watching a good movie is always a nice change of pace. Now, we might have to watch a crappy movie in the future, like one of those subpar Star Trek movies, like Star Trek 3. I mean, what a piece of crap that was.
I wouldn't call it piece of crap, but I would call it perhaps subpar. But I'm also willing to watch it again and see if a fresh set of eyes maybe remembers things.
The only way we're going to watch Star Trek 3 is if we watch Star Trek 3 and Star Trek 5 back to back, so you can really be embarrassed about you thinking that Star Trek 5 was a better movie.
That is technically what I said, yes.
And I know Ben Kingsley was supposed to be Vulture. They also talked about what's his name. Oh gosh, I'm forgetting what his name is. He was in Con Air. Oh gosh, who is
Nicolas Cage?
No, the bad guy from Con Air. Cyrus
Oh.
the Virus. I always forget the actor's name. John Malkovich. John Malkovich there was rumored heavily he was going to play Vulture in Spider-Man 4 as well. But Spider-Man 4 didn't happen, so it doesn't matter. And Thomas, doing a TOS movie marathon will be fun, but I probably won't be able to do that all day because I do have things like doctor's appointments and crap like that to deal with. So as fun as that stuff is. And in fact, I have a big doctor's appointment the day after Star Trek Day. So I probably won't be able to spend 12 hours on Star Trek Day watching movies.
Oh, I'm sorry. We need to wrap this up here.
Yeah, I know. Poor Matthew. He's so tired because, you know, he rode his bicycle a week ago. All right. So on the virtual pub, Matthew will bring his Mugatu horn for everybody to see. And yeah, that's a thing. So have a great night, everybody, and we will see you in 2 weeks because Matthew is too much of a wimp to do this every week.
Yep.
Jerk. He's just the biggest jerk ever.
I really am. That's the worst.
You really are. Hate you, man.